Meeting the Lion of Judah, Haile Selassie. It was a bleak autumn morning in London. I had just gotten out of my routine meditation when all of a sudden, some friends of my host visited. They were very excited and told us that His Majesty, the Emperor of Ethiopia, had heard of my experiential yoga teaching and had expressed a desire to see me, a yogi from India. Haile Selassie, thrice great, from the house of Shiva, was also called the conquering Lion of Judah, the same title held by King David in the Bible. Selassie was 225th in descent from the line of King Solomon. Soon we were driving along in my disciples' Austin, Cambridge. Our guides, who had established contacts with the House of Ethiopia, were very happy to be party to this great meeting. I was told to keep this meeting a secret because His Majesty was a guest of the royal family of England, and for all practical purposes to the African and Rastafarian religious communities, he was thought to have left his bodily abode in 1975. However, this was untrue, as I recall meeting with him 7 years later in 1982.
Be the hot thing. That's right. We're supposed to take the baton with smooth transition and burn up the track and burn up everything in our way. Revolution is the solution. There is no way to be free except revolution. That's right. Nothing that is living, nothing that is human, nothing that has warm blood running through its veins can come into existence except by the shedding of blood.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. It's got to be bloodshed.
That's right.
You say you go to church. You say you believe in the Bible. The Bible say before Moses could lead his people to the promised land, they had to go through the Red Sea.
That's right.
You thinking they crossed some water, waded through a puddle, and stepped over a pond, and they could swim a little bit. That's not what the hell the book is talking about. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad said the Red Sea represents war, bloodshed, and revolution.
That's right.
War, bloodshed, and revolution. Before you can get to the promised land, you got to go through war, bloodshed, and revolution. You can't be a revolutionary on a luxury basis. You got to take some chances. You got to face the enemy. You got to smell the enemy's breath. You got to look in the enemy's eyes. You got to stand on the enemy's feet. You got to brush the enemy's belly. You got to crawl through the glass. You got to crawl through the dirt. You got to pop up on the enemy in the middle of the night. You got to make a noise in the east and strike in the west. You got to know when to avoid strength and strike weakness. That when the enemy appears to be strong, there are times when you feign weakness. You are feigning that you are retreating, but when the enemy is weak or the enemy is asleep, you advance and take him out. Revolution is the solution. Whatever you are, be a revolutionary. I don't give a damn what you are, be a revolutionary. You're a teacher. I teach. I'm an educator. Well, that's fine. We need some nigga educators. And we need some black ones, too. You're an educator. Be a revolutionary educator. Teach revolution in the classroom. Take the subject matter of the curriculum and teach revolution with that subject matter. You say, well, I'm a doctor. Well, I'm a lawyer. Be a revolutionary lawyer. Be a revolutionary doctor. Be a revolutionary at whatever you do. You hip-hop? You rap? Be a revolutionary rapper. Bust revolutionary rhyme. That will uplift your people. You got them wearing their pants down halfway across the crack of their behind. You got them showing their drawers pulled way clothes all over the place, you got that kind of influence, you are holding up the damn revolution. If you got that kind of influence, put revolution on the minds of your people. Be a revolutionary rapper. Whatever you do, be a revolutionary. You say, I'm just a mother. You're not just a mother. You hold the future of the revolution in your arms. You hold the future of the revolution of your people close to your breast, close to your bosom. Be a revolutionary mother. Put revolutionary thoughts and ideas whispered in the ear of your baby.
As we definitely give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life in all good doings and sayings, welcome to another edition of the Shock of the Hour.
Sing revolutionary lullaby.
And of course, you know, this is the moment where we gather together. Yes, the Shock of the Hour. You're in the Tiger's Nest. Honorable Priest Isaac here with you. Another wonderful evening, another edition. Of course, you know, this is a radio program that comes to you every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, exactly at this time, the Shock of the Hour. Give thanks for all of our listeners internationally. And of course, give thanks for all of our subscribers. If you're not a subscriber to this program, a very easy thing to do. All you got to do is contact us via our email. That is priestisaac27@gmail.com. That's priestisaac27@gmail.com. And we definitely will be giving you more information on exactly how you can become a part of this international affair, talking about the Shock of the Hour. I want to talk about tonight, we'll be going into the Kish tablets right here on the Shock of the Hour. And it promises to be a very interesting discussion. We'll be getting into that in a few moments. Also, I want to remind everyone of this Saturday now. Yes, this Saturday evening, we'll be having another very special international homeschool presentation. That's this Saturday, the 26th day of December. You didn't know. Yeah, we're talking about this Saturday, the 26th day of December, Eastern Caribbean time, 7 p.m. So if it's Eastern Standard Time, that's like in the United States, we're talking about 6 p.m. this Saturday evening, the 26th, eh? All right, and if it's UK time, it's somewhere like, that's 11 in the evening, that's UK time. But wherever you may be on the planet, you personally, you got to do your own mathematics and work out the time frame. But Eastern Caribbean time, it's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it's 6 p.m. this Saturday, the 26th day of December. Astronomy, African history and heritage, international homeschool. As we always say, bring the children. This is a free event now. You do not have to pay to come into this event. You come in free. Make sure you bring the children. We will be definitely giving you, within the hour that we'll be taking, we'll be giving you a good understanding, a good idea of exactly what it is we provide in our international homeschool program itself. Now, the presentation Saturday now, as you all will know, we have an international homeschool program specifically designed for the younger ones, designed even from kindergarten, grade 1 and 2 going up, designed even for you older folks too, as we definitely bring to you two specific subject areas, and that is African history and heritage, which is extremely important. I mean, your children, man, I know you're doing a good job with them, but for sure, with their uncle on the side here, that's me, Uncle Priest Isaac. Yeah, I mean, it can only help. It takes a village to raise a child. What do you say about that? That's reality. So what we do, we give you that daily program. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You get that homeschool program within your inbox. That is in your email. And of course, what it is, it's about 15, 20, 25 minutes long. That is the daily program. Every Monday and Wednesdays, they get astronomy. Every Tuesday and Thursday, they get the African history and heritage. And of course, you know, they have projects that we do give them to do. We definitely do not overload them with projects, but we make sure we bring proper content that will definitely stimulate the young mind. And I'm telling you, after 2-3 months for sure, your child will be thinking differently. As I said, I'm sure you're doing a good job, but the help wouldn't hurt. Your child will be looking at things differently, especially on the astronomical level, and as it relates to their African history and heritage. So I'm looking for you. All you have to do is email me to get your pass for Saturday evening. There's nothing you have to pay. No need for no cash up, anything. This is a free event for you to come in. Myself and my children, we will be the hosts because we are the one that we do the program, the International Homeschool Program. But you have to email me. You can't go nowhere and get the link. You have to email us, precisaac27@gmail.com. Listen to this. This is very important. Even if you are a subscriber to the Shop of the Hour, don't mind that. You still have to email us to get your pass, because I mean, everybody doesn't really want to come to a homeschool programming. We'll be talking about African history, we'll be talking about astronomy. So to be honest, you should be there, but we just want to make sure this is something that you want to be there for. Remember, the space is limited, so we have to manage everything well. So what we will be doing this evening, we'll be going into what is known as the Kish, a tablet, and we will be going into Sumeria. You've heard of, or the Sumerians, I should say. I'm sure you've heard of the Sumerian tablets. You've heard the argument, I'm sure you've heard the argument as it relates to which is older, the civilization in Sumer or the civilization in Northeast Africa, in not even Northeast Africa, to be more specific, the civilization in Egypt, ancient Egypt, which we would refer to as Tamari or Kemet. So which one is older? People argue that the Sumerian civilization is older. Why is that? Well, one of the reasons they highlight is that it appears to have the oldest writings. And to me, that is just that's interpretation. That's up to interpretation. To me, the jury is still out on that as it relates to the international agreement or consensus as it has to do with the oldest writings. I'll tell you why, because when they brandish the cuneiform writings, the reason why they would say that they're older than, for example, Egyptian writings, they know the hieroglyphs are older, but it seems as if some of these scholars do not refer to the hieroglyphs as writings. They're pictures and pictographs, something like graffiti or something or the other. So when the Kemetic people started to write in the hieratic and the other formation of cursive, the demonic, that's how it's pronounced, yes, of cursive writing, then these are the writings that some scholars refer to as the first African writing, as we call them, writing, like cursive formation. All right. But my argument is that the Sumerian writings, the earliest Sumerian script, is also in symbolic form. If you look at it, you would see the little glitches and the little lines. To me, that is symbolic form. It's not necessarily letters, it's symbolic form. And they would use symbols like the foot and the hand. It's symbolic form. But you see, we just want to dumb down the knowledge of Africa. All of these things we teach in our African history homeschool program. Don't mind that we're talking to babies. We know how to feed it to the babies. Don't mind that. It's all right. You can feed a child almost anything. You just have to know how to prepare it. The same thing you eat, maybe not every single thing, but you know how to prepare it until they get older and older, and then they eat certain foods that may come from a different level. But the point I'm making is that we teach the children these things in the homeschool. So the cuneiform and the symbolic writings and that you see etched in the clay tablets, these little clay tablets that they have found, when you see the glory of Kemet and what they call hieroglyphs, which is the Medunete, in reality, you cannot really compare what is found in Sumer. And what is interesting about Sumer is that Sumer is our civilization too. It's not as if we are arguing. We're not upset. We're not trying to pick a fight with no one, but we just know for sure that the ancient order of civilization began in North Africa, Northeast Africa to be specific. In fact, it didn't begin in the place that they refer to as Egypt today. No, man, that came from the south, down in the land of Tar Seti and the area that they refer to as Kush. And how interesting it is that Kush sounds very similar to Kish. As I said, we will be touching the Kish tablets tonight. Yeah, we'll be touching. We haven't started yet. Nah, man, I just introducing the subject to you, man. Hey, don't get lost. Remember, this is the shock of the hour. Eh? You say Sesame Street, this is the real information. Let me just read a bit of information here from nacademic.com for you. Kish tablet. The Kish tablet is a limestone tablet found at Kish. You hear that? Found at Kish. So again, when we say Kish, where are we talking? We're speaking of Sumer, and they say Kish, the cuneiform Sumerians and Akkadians. You understand. We'll get a bit more into that as we go along. And it's dated to 3,500 BC. 3,500 BC. Now remember, the Kemetic civilization, according to archaeology, is dated to 3,100 BC, or we should say BCE, with, of course, you know, the unification of the upper and the lower lands. So now you have the unification, but if the lands were unified in 3,100 BCE with a well-developed civilization, that means that something was going on before 3,100 BC. And that's not a guess. Again, we could highlight the kingdom of Niam. We could highlight the Tar Seti. Of course, we have records of this going 10,000, 8,000, 10,000 years BCE, and already having a form of writing. In fact, these kingdoms that we just mentioned, their names can be seen in glyph form as well. Tar Seti can be seen in glyph form, and even the Set and the Seti and the Set, the deity known as Set, is actually considered to be one of the oldest known Neter in the whole Neteru family in Kemet, and it's going 8,000 years BCE. So we must understand that you have something known as contemporary history, and then you have the real stuff. It says here, listen to this, it is kept in the Ashmolean Museum, Oxford. It is inscribed with proto-cuneiform signs and may be considered the oldest known written document. And I like how it says, you know, may be considered the oldest known written document. So that is why we study many different things. This is why we say sometimes people think we go on to this subject and that subject, but it's very important that you got to study etymology too, the study of words. You got to study originally the study of language and where certain languages came from. So we're going to go into that this evening right here on the shock of the hour. Just brace yourself for that. And just reminding you once again, don't forget this Saturday, the 26th day of December, all you got to do is email us, priestisaac27@gmail.com, and you'll definitely get your key for this Saturday. And we always encourage you to make sure you bring the children along. We had a wonderful presentation Sunday gone, and oh yeah, that's another thing too, the lecture we had Sunday, which was Fairy Tale, Folly Days, and Nursery Crimes. That was a blast. That was definitely, I mean, sometimes we even surprise ourselves, but it was a very, very nice presentation. For those that missed it, that was Sunday the 20th December, that done gone already, but for those that missed it, it is still available. You could still go to the webinar platform and view the whole lecture. It's just that you're not there live, which is Fairy Tale, Folly Days, and Nursery Crimes. The whole procedure is the same. You could still make your payment, which is $20 United States currency. You could make the payment via the Cash App. And of course, you know, the Cash App is Aton Ra 2723, ATONRA 2723. Of course, there's no time limit now. You just make the payment, and of course you should still email us so that we know for sure that you made that payment and we can connect with you, although it will notify us via the Cash App, but the connection is still positive, and we send you the link through your email, and you go straight ahead and watch the lecture. You can pause it, you can come back and watch some later. It's not like if it is live, but of course live is definitely good. You could comment, you could ask questions and anything. So definitely that is still there for you, so you could do that. All right, so we definitely again give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life in all good doings and all good sayings. We will be going into that subject area in a moment now. I do not want you to go anywhere. This is the shock of the hour. Oh yeah, give thanks.
The shock of the hour.
I'm telling you.
See, brothers and sisters, you're not going to straighten up on any word from me. The better one. You're not going to hear no more.
Come make me show you how we ram down song. Come make me teach you how we rule the laws. Galang, 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 galang. Come make me show you how we ram down song. Come make me teach you how we rule the laws. I've been ruling dancehall ever since you were a child. So don't come try to dictate to I about dancehall style. East, west, north, and south, it is I who rule the land. I play original style while others play version. I have wounded many a sounds called King Kong, son of a gun. Many more did come and many more had to run. So I'll advise you not to try to get in my way. You'll be defeated cause you'll never play what I play. Come make me show you how we ram dance. Come make me teach you how we rule the game. Galang, 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 galang. Come make me show you how we ram dance. Come make me teach you how we rule the game. Jara Rastafari, he's the king of kings of all sound. Always inspired of him will always be around. There's no greater king in the universe to be found. He rules each air and water, word, power and sound. Come make me show you how we ram down.